Hi, I'm Simon Rushton and this is Taxi Chronicles Podcast. On this podcast, we spontaneously interview unsuspecting passengers with their permission, allowing them to share their intimate life stories and concerns. As our slogan states, real riders, real stories. Some riders prefer to be anonymous, while others ask me to tell their story later on. Either way, there are all genuine 5 to 10 minutes stories, so sit back and enjoy this episode. Morning. Yes, we're back again with the one and only podcast, Taxi Chronicles. Okay, today we have a big guy in the car. His name's Visa. He works in security for the rich right now, but he's also had a background like myself. He's done 8 whole years in the nightclub industry doing security behind bars, so we're going to have a chit chat about that and to see where it takes us. If it flows into other subjects, then that's great. Great to have you here today, Visa.
Thank you for having me here.
Okay, so what got you into the security industry, first of all?
Well, it's just being friendly with the security staff working at the nightclubs. It's just pushed me towards it, especially working as a bartender. It was becoming more struggling to make money.
Okay.
Because it came to the point where people still don't realize that we rely a lot on tips. It came to the point where it started to die out.
Okay.
So it's just mainly, it's a secure job and helps with money.
So you know you're getting a set wage with the bouncer business and security, rather than with the bartender you have to rely on tips, and it's not all there because I suppose in London the clubs are dying out. The council is shutting them down all the time for one reason or another. So they don't want people to enjoy themselves.
No.
They just want to take their money. So what was it like being in the bartender business and then being in the security business?
I've got plenty of great memories, also memories which will never leave my mind.
Okay.
Because you got, like, of course, the main aim for a nightclub is to have fun. Even us as a bartender, we would love to see you all have fun, but it's at times where people don't know how to handle the drinks.
Mm-hmm.
It can be a struggle for both bartenders and bouncers.
Mm-hmm. So what are the great memories?
Oh, it's just being flashed randomly. I think as a guy, that's just a great memory.
Yeah, there's nothing when women get their knockers out. Yeah. Yeah, well, my day wasn't going too good, but now,
Yeah, exactly.
The sun has got his hat on.
I mean, it's just also just the bond that we have between ourselves as well. Is like we can just make fun memories from out of nothing.
Yeah, I suppose so. You're all in the same boat. No one wants to be up at that time in the morning. Everyone's there solely because of the money. Yeah, so it's like, let's just get this done, get these drunk people in and out. Mm-hmm. So you said there's some memories that wouldn't leave you. So what kind of things is that then?
Well, it's the ugly side of in a nightclub is when there's fights happening and people start using the Magnum bottles that they buy from the table as a weapon.
Magnum bottles?
Yeah, those are the big bottles of vodkas.
Okay. What kind of club was it that you worked in?
West End.
West End Club? I didn't know you used to kick off in West End clubs. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately it did.
Alright.
So, yeah, the bottle was used as a weapon and it cut one guy's face completely. You could see his jawbone.
Okay.
So it's stuff like that you can never forget.
Did you manage to apprehend the guy who did it?
Yeah, we apprehended him. Of course, him being intoxicated, started bleeding and everything, which was never going to happen.
He said, I'm sorry.
Basically, yeah, he's like telling us, his father will kill him and everything, but
his mum?
Yeah.
So 1 minute you're the baddest man on earth, and now you're worried about your mum.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. I used to work in nightclub myself, where we had a lot of people coming with weapons.
Yeah.
And when you find them with a gun, what we used to do, instead of getting involved in something, we used to just talk to them on a level and just say to them, mate, listen, you've got something there, you know it shouldn't be there. I'm going to do you a favour. I'm going to save your life. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a chance to walk out the door and go and put it back in the car, and then you can come back in and come in the club. We do this whole thing again. As long as it's not there, you can come in and have a good time. And they used to say, oh no, but if there's so-and-so in there, there's a problem. I said, no, but you're a man. We're all men, so we're talking as men. If it kicks off, there's no weapons involved, you can handle yourself, can't you?
Yeah.
There's no problem. So you'll see a character of somebody, they'd either go, put it away, do the check and come in, or they'd just go and wouldn't come back.
Yeah.
And the ones who go and wouldn't come back, you can see you're not really about that whole stand up for yourself as a man. You have to rely on your weapon all the time. Mm-hmm. So what other experience? Did you have problems with drugs and all those kind of things?
Yeah, of course. I mean, then there's also the girls getting spiked, which is not a good sight to see at all.
Yeah, I know. I saw that before.
Because you don't see the real effect. Because it came to the point where luckily she passed out and everything, started having a fit before anything could have happened to her. So that actually could have saved her from anything being happened that day.
So were you first aid trained as well?
Yeah.
Oh, so you did the old SIA thing, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you usually have you caught anybody who's spiked other people's drinks?
Unfortunately no.
See, I'm a firm believer that if you don't want to be spiked, buy your own drinks. Yeah. And you kind of if you're in a group of people, you kind of got to keep them in a safe zone. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, because especially us working in the industry, knowing the industry, we know all the tricks they do.
Yeah.
So I've always advised my sisters, if you go out, fine, but don't ever take a drink without seeing what's being poured inside.
And it's not even just what's being poured inside, it's you drink a bit and then you put it down and go and dance, and you come back to that drink. But you took your eyes off that drink.
See, that's why I always tell people, leave that drink, it's over. It's not safe. Once the point where your eyes are gone from the drink, it's not safe.
Yeah, it makes total sense. You got a lot of sisters?
About 4 sisters, yeah.
Okay, you come from a big family.
Yeah.
I've got 2 sisters and 2 brothers. Yeah, but none of my sisters party. They just work. We're all family. When I think of it, we're all family people.
Yeah.
In that respect.
It's the same as but there's an occasion they want to go out, release some stress, which is understandable. But I'll always give them advice on what to do. Okay. It's just seeing firsthand. That's the last thing you want to care about or worry about.
Have you ever had a situation where you felt your life was in jeopardy?
Unfortunately, no, because luckily we had great bouncers that just their reaction was always on point.
Did you always have did you have the ear comms, or was it just?
Yeah, we always had our ear comms. If not, we always had a radio in our bar.
Yeah. Okay. So, but did it get to the point where you can kind of preempt who the prick's going to be that night? Who's going to be doing some idiotic thing? You're going to look at them like, why?
Yeah, because you can see it straight away, the way they carry themselves when they come to the bar and everything, the way they order, the way you can just tell straight away who's going to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah. What we used to do, or my friend used to do, when the guys come to the door and they're all like looking angry and he'd smile, he'd go, "You alright? Yeah, you come here like you're looking for war instead of looking for women. What's going on?"
Yeah.
And then his friends would look at him like, they'd all laugh. He said, no, I'm okay. He said, "Well, come on, smile, man. You come here to dance and find some women that have a good time, innit?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah. And it's that psychological thing where you're getting them in the positive mindset rather than just allowing them to come in with whatever frustrations they're bringing from outside. Because I equate it to like driving, where road rage is not about what you did or the other person did. It's more about what's going on in their personal life, why they're reacting in such a way, if you see what I mean. So what other experience have you had during this security industry?
In the security industry, nothing bad at all. I mean, there was also a time where I'd work in the British Museum.
Okay.
So that's when I first started off as a security, working in the British Museum doing bag search.
Okay.
You would not believe the stuff that we find daily.
Like what?
Well, on an average night, we'll at least find 10 to 15 lock knives.
Really?
Yeah.
Going into a museum?
Yeah.
Wait, this is what kind of people are they like?
It's mainly the tourists, because they don't know the whole knife law that we have, because they don't understand how dangerous knife crime we have.
Oh, so they're bringing knives. Why?
Yeah.
Why though?
It's just something they do. They always carry it. Some of the excuses you'll hear is so I can cut my apple.
Okay.
I mean, for us it's understandable. So since they're tourists, they don't know the laws clearly. They won't get in trouble. We won't be calling the police. All we do is just confiscate it.
And how when you confiscate it, are they understandable? Do they complain? No, what my
a lot of them will complain, because some of them will say it's a sentimental value and everything. It's just something we can't give back. Once I've got it to my hands, I can't legally give it back.
Mm-hmm.
In the end, I'll just be legally prosecuted myself.
Yeah, that's interesting. I never knew that.
Yeah. Okay. We also get the occasional pepper spray or taser, which a lot of people don't know is actually like a knife crime with
firearms. Yeah, pepper spray is classed as a firearms. Yeah.
I mean, as much as I would love to see that in the UK, especially for the women, to have something self-defense is just something.
But you know what? I would beg to differ with that, because I think women don't know their limits. If you think about it, there's a saying that goes, a woman should control her mouth the same way a man controls his fists.
Yeah.
And every bar fight starts with a woman.
Yeah, no.
Because they say stuff that just causes more problems.
Yeah, because the funny thing is, in a club, 9 out of 10 times, what the fight is about a group of ladies.
Yeah.
They're not even involved with the guys. They're just in between.
Yeah. And so I don't think women can really have the understanding of the repercussions, because women get away with a lot. Even though this is a podcast, I say it openly, women get away with a lot. The accountability when it comes to certain things regarding the difference between the genders, they get away with so much. So giving them something that could virtually blind somebody and may inhibit somebody's respirational system, I don't think is a good idea.
No, on those senses, no. If they use it for absolutely no reason, the main reason I would support it for them to have it is just because of rapes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
On that sense only, but I do get your point as well, because that's the reason why we can never have it is because the potential of people being blind or with a taser, it could actually kill someone.
But then I would say, I had a discussion with a woman who owned a feminist rape club thing, yeah? And I said to her that prevention is better than cure when it comes to crime. So you need to, just like, let's say you go into American jail, you need to position yourself that you don't find yourself in a position when you're vulnerable. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would advise that my sister or my thing, if you're going on a date, don't go, if you don't want to sleep with this person, but you want to get to know him, make it clear from the start. And don't be taking all his drinks and all these kind of things, because in his mind, that may send a message that you're actually considering such and such.
Yeah, that's the one thing they
don't mix communications, because it's the same way. I always get a lot of sisters who say to me, Yeah, but the man didn't show that. He made me feel like we're going to be in a relationship forever. So he has a responsibility to, do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So it works both ways.
Yeah,
If you want us to be responsible in the way we're going to behave, you need to be responsible in the way you're going to behave, and then things are very clear cut. That doesn't excuse rape, and it doesn't totally solve it, but it certainly brings down the likelihood.
Yeah, because I do understand, because with the whole misleading and everything.
Stuff, but I know I'll probably get a lot of women going, no.
I mean, that's just a thing in general now in the 21st century. It's just whatever you say is going to get a backlash.
Yeah, but to me, I just equate it to crime in general. I had a dissertation where it's about crime on housing estates, and why you can have a place like the Barbican, which is a haven for potential crime, but you don't get any crime, and then you can have North Peckham Estate or various other places where it's just full of crime. And the policeman I was interviewing, who's a detective, he was saying a lot of crime, and it's also on the LBC one time, a lot of crime is partly due to the victim not being aware of their surroundings or what's going on, because you're always going to get bad people out there, and people need to be aware and take precautions. The same way you lock your front door, that's a precaution.
Yeah.
You could just shut it, but you actually lock it with a charm and whatever else. You have an alarm. You have all these things. Those are precautions. But for some reason, when it comes to other things, people don't think they don't need to take precautions, which was an interesting review from him. So, your experiences, you've worked in the museum?
Yeah.
How was that? That must have been long hours.
Not really, no. Compared to a regular security job, no. I was doing about 8 to 9 hours.
Oh, I thought it would have been like a 12-hour.
No, because that's more for the actual security inside, because we were just part of an agency just to do the bag search.
Okay.
So it was just 8 to 9 hours.
So your whole adult life has been in the security industry?
Mainly, no, it's hospitality.
Hospitality?
Yeah.
Okay. And now you're looking after the rich in there. You're looking after the rich in there.
Yeah.
So how's that? What's life like that?
I mean, of course you're gonna get stubborn people, but I mean, the main fact is it's just more peaceful, especially when it comes to a family man. The wife doesn't. Last thing I want to do is my wife to get worried if I'm somewhere in a nightclub or anything, because now it's just idiots coming in.
Okay. Alright.
Up the bridge.
Okay. Yeah,
so that's what I think. That's what every family man wants, is just something safe so he can come back home.
Yeah, that's true. That's the head of security used to say it's a good night if everybody goes home okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, regardless of what happens to the customers, as long as the routing goes home okay, it's a good night.
See, I remember what my manager used to say is you can sleep with the guest, it's fine as long as they leave with a happy smile.
Yeah, I hear. Well, on that note, the last question is, what impact do you want to have on the world?
Oh. Hard to say, really. That's a difficult question. I think what I would.
Gonna go around a bit.
Yeah.
Right.
I think what impact I would like to know is just know that I've tried to keep it safe for people. Even though I could not be successful, at least I've tried.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for that. It was much interesting episode.
Yeah.
We hope you liked that episode. Keeping in mind, we never know who we're going to interview. We post twice a day, 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. GMT. Have you ever considered the future economies to invest in? Why not listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories? Considering Africa has the fastest growing economies and population on Earth, and has done for many years. It holds 30% of the world's known natural resources. We publish twice a week, Tuesday with a guest investor and Fridays talking about investment, politics and history, providing a clear understanding for any potential investor.